welcome to another day of adventures with Wes and Jeff, and I am at the Grand Canyon National Park today. So join me on my adventure to see the South Rim and the places to see and do here at Grand Canyon National Park. November 1st, 2023, and I'm at the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is one of 7 wonders of the world, natural wonders of the world, and we have been here, Jeff and I have been here probably about a half a dozen times each, and together a couple times over the last 20 years, but I wanted to come back and just explore the park on the South Rim and just see the different buildings, the different viewpoints, and share that with you guys. The Grand Canyon is our second busiest park at about 6 million visitors per year, and it was established back in 1919 by Theodore Roosevelt. It was a national park. It was a national monument before it became a national park. So it's one of our older established parks in the United States as well. But this canyon is immense. It is 277 miles long. It is 18 miles across and it's 1 mile deep. So it's a very immense, large gorge into the earth. It was all carved by the Colorado River here. So it started carving it about 6 to 7 million years ago. So it's quite old. But this is a big canyon. There's the North Rim, there's the South Rim. I'm currently on the Rim Trail. The Rim Trail goes for about 7 miles, and you can walk the whole length of it, or you can take the park shuttle buses, which escort you back and forth. So stick with me today, and I will show you more of things to see and do here at Grand Canyon National Park. In a couple spots you can see the Colorado River, and there it is way down there, 3,000 feet down from the rim. The other thing of interest is the north rim, which we're looking out onto, is 1,000 feet higher than the south rim on this side. So walking along the rim trail, it's really beautiful, and it's easy to just see the wide open views from all over the canyon. So the rim trail is a level path. It is ADA accessible, so it has it's paved and it's easy to navigate. And if you walk to different points along the canyon, you can ride the shuttle bus back from different points. In fact, there's 3 different shuttle buses. There's the orange, the blue, and the red. And so this is a shuttle bus stop right here where you can catch the shuttle bus and go into different directions. So it makes it convenient. You cannot you cannot drive the distance, especially during the popular months of the summer up until the November date. I am navigating myself through herds of people, but it's not as bad as it would be if it was like springtime or something. There's another overlook here. This one, there's right out there is the Mather Overlook, which is right off of the visitor center. So it's just a really nice day. Off in the distance there, you can see that smoke line. There's a little forest fire that had just started as I was coming into the park. So hopefully that smoke stays away, so it doesn't impair the views of this beautiful canyon. So it's just so pretty. The different hues of the rocks. You have the orange layers, you have green, and then you have the darker colors. It's just absolutely beautiful to look out onto and enjoy. Along the rim trail, and what do we have here? Just way too close. I was reading today where these guys are in a protected environment here at the Grand Canyon. So there's no hunting here, so they've become very acclimated to people, so they get pretty close, but dangerously close, and people don't realize that they're not tame, they're still wildlife, and you have to give them the distance. So these guys are right on the trail. Several of the people have waited in the distance and waited for them to either move or we're going to move around them. But other people want to get closer and closer. So, you see on YouTube where folks get way too close to the buffalo and different animals. walking along the rim trail, you come across this stone structure that is called the Yavapai Observation Center, and it was built back in 1928 and designed out of natural stone here from the Grand Canyon. And it was it has a grand view all the way across. Now it's a geology museum, and that's what it's being used for. And they have information about all of the different layers of rock that are here at the Grand Canyon. And it's just got some really grand views of the Grand Canyon. So it's a pretty cool place that you can stop at along the rim trail. So walking along the rim trail, I went from the visitor center at the main visitor center to the village, is what they call it, the village. And it is 2.5 miles. But along the way, you have the Geology Museum, which is the observation point, which is a nice little stop. There's restrooms along the way. And then the Park Service has put in this great little walk, the Trail of Time is what it's called, which is the geology timeline of the canyon. Turn this around because this is the start of it right here. And so as you walk along the rim trail, you got the Grand Canyon off to your right, and then you have all of these informational placards that tell you about the 2 billion years that it took for the Grand Canyon to form. So it's kind of a great little side trip here along the rim. zoom in a little bit on it. There we go. Grand Canyon along the Rim Trail, there are so many points that you can walk right out to the edge. There's no railings, and they say about 10 folks fall off to their death every year, so you have to be really, really careful. But it's just a really beautiful view. It's quieter at this end because there's not as many folks that walk the 2.5 miles from the visitor center to the village. But it's just amazing, and it's so super quiet. Behind me is the Hopi House, and the Hopi House was built back in 1905, and it was in an era when most architects were men, but this lady, 36-year-old Mary Elizabeth Jane Coulter, it was her first building. She was commissioned to architect some buildings here at the Grand Canyon, and she enlisted the local Hopi craftsmen to help her build this Hopi house using locally quarried stone and wood harvested from the nearby forest. The Hopi House was not just a curio store, because it was the first store. It was a place where American Indian artists lived and worked. Under the watchful eyes of visitors, these artists would create beautiful jewelry, pottery, blankets, and other items that would then be sold at the Hopi House to visitors, forging a personal connection to the items visitors purchased here. So this was the Hopi House under construction. On the other side is the El Tavor Hotel, and it was for the high society to come and enjoy the national park out here in the west, and it was a game changer. Prior to its construction, most Grand Canyon visitors slept in tent accommodations and on the south rim here. Opening to great fanfare on January 14th of 1905, the hotel catered to the wealthy clientele. Guests were delighted upon finding a music room, a solarium, a billiard hall, an underground grotto where men enjoyed friendly game of cards, and a barbershop, 2 roof gardens, an art room, and a gift shop. For $4.50 and upwards per night, guests were treated to finely decorated rooms with both hot and cold running water. This is the El Tavor, and it has this beautiful view right out the back door. Just got to go inside and check it out. Walking into the El Tavor, and wow, it is rustic. It's got heads on the wall of moose and elk, and comfortable seating. Of course, a fireplace, a little gift store on the side there, on both sides actually. You walk in here and the guests check in, and it's got this opening here. It's pretty cool. So this is where the guests check in. So, and this is the dining room. So I'll take a peek inside the dining room. This is actually the cocktail lounge. Nice. With a view. Angel Lodge at the village. It's really cool because of the way they've designed it, that it's just literally a few steps away from the Rim Canyon. So I just wanted to show you. So you just walk just a couple steps out of this historic lodge, and you get this view of the Grand Canyon. It's absolutely amazing. And of course, there is the studio lookout, the Lookout Studio, which is blended in with the canyon. It was designed, one of 5 or 6 different structures here, designed by Mary Elizabeth Coulter back in 1905 to 1934. So she was an early on woman architect back in the day that was commissioned to do all of the park features here and all the historic buildings and make them blend in with the environment, which she did a really good job. So there's the Grand Canyon. At the Lookout Studio, and I'm up on the balcony. Let's take a look. I'm the only one up here, which is rare for the Grand Canyon. But this is the view from the Lookout Studio. And it's got little terraces that you can walk out onto. You can hear the folks down there. But there's the hotel, the El Terrar. It's grandeur, all the other buildings. Folks are walking below. But if you look really, really close, that's the Bright Angel Trail that goes all the way down to the Colorado River and crosses over to the Phantom House, Phantom Lodge. Let's see if I can zoom in. I can see some folks on the trail. Let's see if I can zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in on them right there. But Jeff and I took that trail all the way to the Colorado River and crossed over the river, and then we had an ice cream bar or something at the little lodge. And oh, there is a hawk right there coming into view, flying across there. Just beautiful. So right here along the Grand Canyon rim on the south side is the old studio. This is the Kolb Studio, where the Kolb brothers took photos of people riding horseback. We're at the Grand Canyon on the south rim. This is the Bright Angel Trail that goes from, I'm going to flip it around so you can see. You see the folks right there on the trail that zigzags down into the canyon and goes all the way across down to the Phantom Ranch. But you can see those folks on the trail descending down into the canyon. It's a long trail, but it goes all the way across. It actually, you can cross over to the North Rim if you'd like, but it's a really long journey. You can see some of the mules that have carried folks down into the valley have left their mark into the canyon. I mean, so there's just kind of the logistics of where we are. Here at the Grand View Point on the Desert View Inn, so it's on the south rim going east towards the south, the east entrance. So this is the view behind me. It's a very nice view. Unfortunately, we do have that fire off in the distance, so that's why it's kind of darker there. But I'm headed to the end, to the Desert View, so that I can get a shot, hopefully over looking west, and maybe it'll turn orange for me since we have the smoke in the air. But this is Grand View. Lipin Point. So sun's getting ready to set, heading out to the end, see if I can get a great sunset picture. I'm here at Lipin Point on my way to Desert View on the south rim of the Grand Canyon. And looking right over there, you can see the Colorado River where it makes the bend. But off to the west, it's looking a little smoky and the sun's getting ready to set. But you can also see the Colorado River down there from this point. So better views of the Colorado. It snakes through this area as well. I'm gonna flip the camera around and zoom in on it for you. So here we go. You can see the Colorado River, how it snakes around through there. And then you can see it off in the distance as well as it heads back up towards Lake Powell. And down here you can see it, that little run right there. Point here at the Grand Canyon, and that's the watchtower right out there. That's my destination for our sunset picture, and it's starting to set. So colorful, the sun hitting it, got big shadows on it, but the sun hitting it. This is Navajo Point. at the base of the Desert View Watchtower, which has a lot of historical significance. I'll put that on the screen here. But it's sunset, and this is one of the better spots in Grand Canyon National Park to watch the sunset. So it is setting at 5:33, and it is currently 5:29. So unfortunately, we do have some smoke in the air. So it is a little smoky in the canyon right now. There was a forest fire nearby, but it's casting a nice orange glow there. And a few people are out here, but not very many. But this is one of the better spots to watch the sunset over the Grand Canyon. So I was very lucky to be able to make it over here in time. But it has a great view of the Colorado River coming down from the north, because this is in the northern part of Arizona, the northwestern corner, and it is 277 miles long. And in some points, like probably this point, it's 18 miles across. At several of the national parks that I have visited, I've been able to catch either a sunset or a sunrise, and it's always a magical moment. So this is pretty cool to be here at the Grand Canyon on November 1st, 2023, as that sun is setting over the canyon. This is inside the watchtower here, the Desert View Watchtower. It's really cool the way they made it. It's super old. Look at the logs, how they twisted and turned them. And it goes in a circle, obviously, because it's a watchtower. And here's like a ladder that goes up. And the sun's setting off. These are you got a fireplace. And there's the views, which are spectacular. This is a great spot. There's a little gift shop. Hermit Rest Trail, which goes for about 8 miles. You can jump on and off the shuttle, and there's 9 different points and stops that you can make along the way. So you start down here at the village, and then it winds its way around along the rim to the 9 different stops. And its final terminus on the western end of the Grand Canyon is Hermit's Rest, which was Mary Coulter's, one of her architect architected building. Maricopa Point along the Hermit Rest jets out into the canyon. Pretty cool. I'm at Maricopa Point, and it's along the Hermit Rest Trail. You can take a shuttle bus, but it's just beautiful. It jets out here. I'm the only one at the moment, but expansive views from, this is off to the east into the canyon, and there's a railed entry here, and it's early morning, and that is the Grand Canyon. This is the most western part of the Grand Canyon that I've seen on this trip so far, but really pretty and very, very quiet. This is Maricopa Point. Powell Point. It's a memorial to John Wesley Powell. That was one of the early explorers here. Had a wooden boat and a crew of men that came down the Colorado River. They lost several of their boats, they lost several of their men, but they were one of the early ones that were plotting this area of the Grand Canyon. So let's check it out and see what the Powell Memorial Point looks like for a view. Hopi Point, one of the stops on the Hermit Rest along the Rim Trail, and beautiful the way they've designed it and stuff. These buses come free shuttle bus comes every 10 minutes or so you don't have to wait long between stops. Be sure and stop at each stop because the view is different and it looks really nice. And it's wheelchair accessible, of course. And this is Hopi Point, and the views, expansive views. I think that this end of the Grand Canyon looks so much more impressive and deeper, and you can see the Colorado River down there. Let's see right there. Look at that Colorado River as it loops through the bottom of the canyon. This canyon here at Hopi Point, you know, it's just so level at the top, and it just plateaus off and just drops. It's just so dramatic here at Hopi Point. Pretty cool. It goes all the way out to the end, and currently I'm the only one at this lookout. So we'll take it in, and this is Hopi Point. Oh yeah, look at that. All the way from that side all the way around to this side. Great little point with all the different color rocks. Pretty cool. One of only 12 tribes that had this as their home for many years, and the Grand Canyon is a sacred place for them. They feel it's very spiritual, and that this is a place where their spirit goes once they pass on to the next life. So it's very important to them, and it's a very magical place. No guardrails and steep drop-offs. You gotta really watch your step while you're walking along. They have established trails there, but then you can also go out to this point and take a look at number one, the wildlife. It's very interesting to know that this squirrel right here is the number one injuries at the Grand Canyon. Those guys will bite, and people try to feed them. This is Mojave Point along the Hermit Rest Trail, and it has some of the best views of the Colorado River down below. So let's take a look at that. So you can see it right there. And then you can see it again in a long stretch over there. There's even a rapid section of the Colorado River, which a lot of rafters go down and make a trip out of it. This is Monument Creek Vista Point. Beautiful. I'm the only one here. I'm the only one that got off the bus. It was kind of fun. So it's another, I think, 1.7 miles to the next stop. So I'll probably just wait for the bus, and then I'll do a hiking section along the rim trail at the end down by Hermit's Rest, which is the final destination of this. But in my opinion, the Hermit's Rest trail along the rim trail is the most scenic and best. They're all scenic, but this one is very scenic. Do it kind of in the morning hours because the sun will be hitting against the western rocks, so it's just really pretty. called Pima Point. It has an expansive view of the canyon. Really nice. Next select stop from the Hermit's Rest at the end. Flip the camera around for you. Looking off to the east. And you can see the Colorado River there. You can also see it over here. Great views. This is Pima Point. Who was, I guess they considered a hermit, that was in this area that originally led some tours down into the canyon. So this was designed by Mary Elizabeth Kolb, a pioneering architect back in the day. This was built in 1914. This is the grand fireplace. It's huge here at Hermit's Rest. There's a little gift shop. You can buy sodas and different souvenirs. But look at the windows. And another fireplace in here. I'm at the South Kaibab trailhead and it descends very rapidly. It goes 6.3 miles down into the canyon, and it's one of those that follows a ridge line. So it goes out to a point that's about 1.8 miles down. That's called Point. And so I'm going to go to that point and turn around and come back. So it'll be about a 3.2 mile round trip or something like that. 3 miles. We're on the South Kaibab Trail. You can see folks doing the switchbacks. It's kind of a steep ascend and descend. The descent's not so bad, the ascend is somewhat challenging. So heading down the 1.8 to the Ooh-Ah point. It is really pretty though. It's right back here in this canyon. You see people doing the switchbacks. And you descend very, very quickly. Got a lot of crows. I was hoping to see a condor this trip, but I have not seen one. California condor. Yaki Point on the Rim Trail. If you enjoyed my videos today, then hit the like button and subscribe. And thank you for watching my adventure here at the Grand Canyon. So whatever you're doing today, get out and enjoy the great outdoors and do something that makes you smile.